Underdogs come in many shapes and sizes, but the one thing they all have in common is their ability to find hope in the darkest places and to keep that hope alive. I learned that powerful lesson when I was 16, volunteering in a public hospital in Kenya. I will never forget the day when I stood in front of a door that said, Children's Cancer Ward. I opened it, expecting hope and care. But what I found was the stench of disease and despair. I found children with swollen limbs, disfigured faces, and tumors that tore out of their skin. Many were crying in agony, while others lay there, dead to all hope. I wanted to turn and run, but then I saw her, a girl about my age. She had a child in her hand, and I asked her, "Is this your sister?" "No," she said. "She was dropped off yesterday. She has brain cancer, and she's gonna die very soon." "She's all alone?" "Yes, look around you. We're all alone. Our parents can't pay for any treatment. No money means no medicine, and no medicine means no hope. We are all going to die. It's just our bad luck." I couldn't believe how she said that with such a matter of fact. Meanwhile, I could feel the rage. I could feel the grief. And I could feel the shame. How was this happening literally 15 minutes from where I lived? And I didn't even know about it. I thought that I was an underdog until that moment, that my life was mired with bad luck. That changed. Have you ever been so caught up in your own suffering that you completely forget to look around you and see the suffering of others? In that hospital that day, I learned a powerful lesson about being an underdog. It's not just about the suffering and the pain, it's about what you choose to do with it. I grew up in a family with an Indian mother, a British father, and a black brother in Kenya. On the outside, we looked like a happy, polished family. But on the inside, each one of us was dying a quiet death. My father's unresolved anger issues led to violence and multiple suicide attempts. My mother suffered from depression and anxiety over and over again. My brother went to school and dealt with racism and learning disabilities. And I stayed silent about that rape that my family could not handle. I thought it was my job to keep it all together. So that's what I did. I pushed the pain all the way down, and I told myself, like those little children, that this was just my bad luck. But that pain resurfaced over and over again, and it ate at me like a cancer of the spirit. But here's the thing about underdogs. We often underestimate them. And that day, something changed for me completely. I realized that no matter what I went through, no matter what my suffering or pain, it did not matter. To those children, the only thing that mattered was that I showed up. So I focused on that. That day, I found hope, my hope. She was a 4-year-old girl who was standing in the corner. She looked at me from across the room, and despite all the noise and all the pain of the tumor in her stomach, she rose her hands in the air. She started running at me like an airplane waiting to take flight, and I instinctively ran to her and grabbed her and just played with her. We went throughout the world, and for those few minutes, Hope wasn't dying. She was just a little girl. I knew right then that my life was going to be all about helping people find hope, all about connecting with love and compassion, and all about changing those systems that let hope die. So I've done that. For the last 25 years, I've done that. You could say I'm an underdog. But what matters to me is that I am the underdog that fights for all underdogs. I fight against inequality. I fight against injustice. I fight for hope. And here's what I've learned in all that time. That being an underdog is not a weakness. It is my superpower. It is surviving through the worst imaginable pain and using it to transform and be of service to others. If you are an underdog out there, I want you to remember this. That your struggle can be somebody else's survival guide. Your love can be somebody else's lifeline. And your story, no matter how broken and painful, can be somebody else's hope. You and I, we're not just underdogs. We are the ones that keep hope alive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.